The complete life story of Rishi Sunak, from pharmacy son to Prime Minister. A young boy walks into his mother's pharmacy in Southampton. He is wearing a school uniform. His parents work 16 hours every day. They came to Britain with almost nothing. Fast forward 30 years. That same boy becomes the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. The first British Asian to lead the country, the youngest Prime Minister in over 200 years. Wait, what? This is the true story of Rishi Sunak. You will discover the 3 rejections that almost ended his political career, the secret habit he learned from his grandmother that changed everything, and the one decision that nobody talks about. The choice that made him leave a career worth millions. By the end, you will not just know his story, you will learn how to turn your own struggles into success. You will see how one person changed the rules of what is possible. We make these videos after deep research. We spend hours finding rare facts and untold stories. We explain everything in simple English, so you learn real lessons and improve your language skills. And if you don't want to miss more amazing videos like this, then do subscribe. Most videos only show the success, but today you will hear the complete truth, the failures, the tears, the doubts, the mistakes, because that is where the real lessons are. Let me take you back to where it all began. Section 1. Humble beginnings and early life. The year is 1980, Southampton, England. A young couple arrives from East Africa. Their names are Yashveer and Usha Sunak. They are immigrants. They left their home country, Kenya. They came to Britain with big dreams but small savings. They had almost nothing in their pockets. Yashveer becomes a doctor. Usha opens a small pharmacy. A pharmacy is a shop that sells medicine. They work day and night, every single day, no holidays, no rest, just work. On May 12, 1980, their first son is born. They name him Rishi. The name means sage or wise person in Sanskrit. Little Rishi grows up watching his parents work. He sees them open the pharmacy at 6 in the morning. He sees them close it at 10 at night. 16 hours every day. His mother stands behind the counter. She talks to customers. She helps sick people. His father works at the hospital. Young Rishi asks his mother one day, "Why do you work so much?" She looks at him with tired but loving eyes. She says, "We work hard now so you can have a better future. So you can study, so you can become anything you want." Think about that. Imagine your parents working 16 hours every day just for you, just for your dreams. Rishi never forgets these words. He never forgets the smell of medicine in his mother's pharmacy. He never sees his father come home late, tired but smiling. His grandmother lives with them. Her name is Suraksha. Every morning at 5 a.m., she wakes young Rishi. She makes him sit with her. She teaches him something very important. She says, "Rishi, successful people wake up early. They work before others wake up. They prepare before others start." This habit stays with Rishi forever. Even today, as Prime Minister, he wakes up at 5 a.m. The family is not rich, but they value 3 things more than money: education, hard work, and discipline. At age 7, Rishi goes to a local primary school. He's different from other children. He's the only Indian boy in his class. Some children make fun of his name. They cannot pronounce it correctly. Some children do not play with him because he looks different. But Rishi does not complain. He focuses on his studies. He reads books every night. He finishes his homework before others. He asks questions in class. His teacher, Mrs. Robertson, notices something special. This boy is always prepared. He always tries his best. He never gives up. One day she calls his parents. She says, "Your son has potential. He can go to a great school, he can achieve big things, but he needs better opportunities." What this teaches us: your beginnings do not decide your endings. Rishi's parents were immigrants. They worked in a pharmacy, but they gave him values. They taught him discipline. They showed him the power of hard work. You do not need to be born rich. You need to be born ready to work. Try this. Wake up 30 minutes early tomorrow. Use that time for your dream, like Rishi learned from his grandmother. Their story is just beginning. And if you want to hear more amazing stories like this while improving your English, hit that subscribe button now. Section 2. Struggles and Learning Years. At age 13, Rishi's parents make a very difficult decision. They want to send him to Winchester College. This is one of the best schools in Britain, but there is one big problem. It costs a lot of money. More money than they have. Their parents work extra hours. His mother opens the pharmacy earlier, she closes it later. His father takes extra shifts at the hospital. They save every penny. They cut their own expenses. They buy cheaper food. They wear old clothes. But they pay for Rishi's education. This sacrifice is huge. Can you imagine? Parents giving up everything for their child's future? Rishi arrives at Winchester College in 1993. He looks around. He sees big buildings, beautiful gardens, rich students. Everyone here comes from wealthy families, except him. The other students talk about their holidays in France, in Switzerland, in America. Rishi stays quiet. He has never been on a holiday. His parents can't afford it. The other students wear expensive watches, branded clothes. Rishi wears simple clothes. His mother bought them on sale. He feels alone. He feels different. He misses his home. He misses his parents. But he remembers what his mother told him. We work hard now so you can have a better future. So Rishi decides. He will not waste this opportunity. He will study harder than everyone else. He will make his parents proud. Every night while other students sleep, Rishi studies. He reads, he prepares, he practices. His roommate, James, asks him one night, "Why do you study so much? You already know everything." He smiles. He says, "I am not here to be average. I am here to be the best. My parents sacrificed too much. I cannot let them down." In his first year, Rishi finishes top of his class. Not second, not third, first. But success brings a new problem. Some students start calling him names. They call him teacher's pet. They say he only studies because he has nothing else to do, because he has no money for fun activities. One day, 3 senior students stop him in the corridor. They push him. They laugh at him. They say, "Go back to your pharmacy, medicine boy." Rishi feels angry. He feels hurt, but he does not fight back. He walks away. He goes to his room. He cries alone. That night, he calls his mother. He tells her everything. His voice breaks. He says, "Maybe I should leave the school. Maybe I do not belong here." Her mother stays silent for a moment. Then she says something powerful. She says, "Rishi, they laugh because they feel threatened. You are better than them. They know it. That is why they attack you. Show them who you really are, not with words, with your success." This conversation changes everything. The next day, Rishi goes back to class. He does not hide. He does not feel ashamed. He studies even harder. He participates in debates. He joins clubs. He makes friends with students who respect him. By his final year at Winchester, Rishi becomes head boy. Head boy means the top student leader. The same students who laughed at him now respect him. The same teachers who doubted him now praise him. What this teaches us: people will laugh at your dreams. They will make fun of your struggles, but their words only have power if you believe them. Rishi could have quit. He could have gone back home. Instead, he used their mockery as fuel. He proved them wrong with his results. Try this. Next time someone doubts you, write down your goal. Make it bigger, work harder. Let your success be your answer, not your words. After Winchester, Rishi gets admission to Oxford University. Again his parents celebrate, but again they worry about money. Oxford is very expensive. Very expensive. Rishi applies for scholarships, he works part-time jobs, he tutors younger students. He never asks his parents for extra money. He knows they have already given too much. At Oxford, he studies philosophy, politics and economics. This degree is called PPE. It is very difficult, it is also very famous. Many British Prime Ministers studied PPE at Oxford. But here is what most videos do not tell you. At Oxford, Rishi faces his first major academic failure.
Section 3. Failures, Rejections and Dark Times. In his second year at Oxford, Rishi takes a very important exam. He prepares for months. He studies every day. He feels confident. The results come out. He fails one paper. Not by a lot, but he fails. For the first time in his life, Rishi experiences academic failure. He feels devastated. He has never failed before. Never. He locks himself in his room for 2 days. He does not eat properly. He does not talk to friends. He questions everything. Is he smart enough? Did he make a mistake coming here? Should he change his degree? His college tutor, Professor Matthews, calls him for a meeting. She says, "Rishi, failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. Every great person fails. The question is, what do you do after failure?" Rishi retakes the exam. This time, he gets the highest score in his class. What this teaches us? Failure is not final, it is feedback. Rishi failed one exam, but he did not let that failure define him. He learned from it, he improved, he came back stronger. When you face rejection, do what he did. Write down 3 things you learned from it. Then try again with those improvements. After Oxford, Rishi gets an incredible opportunity. He wins a Fulbright scholarship to Stanford University in America. This scholarship is very rare, very prestigious. Only the best students get it. At Stanford, he studies for an MBA. MBA means Master of Business Administration. It teaches you how to run companies, how to manage money, how to lead people. But even at Stanford, life is not easy. Rishi is now thousands of miles away from home. He misses his family. He calls them every week, but calls are expensive. He keeps them short. He lives in a small shared apartment. He has 3 roommates. They share 1 bathroom, 1 kitchen. Money is always tight. During Christmas break, all his classmates go home. They fly back to their countries, to their families. Rishi stays in the empty campus. He cannot afford the flight ticket. He spends Christmas alone, eating instant noodles, studying in an empty library. Years later, in an interview, Rishi says, "That was my loneliest Christmas. I sat in my room, I looked out the window, I saw snow. I thought about my parents, about my grandmother, and I promised myself, one day I will make them so proud that all these lonely nights will be worth it." Let that sink in. Imagine spending Christmas alone, in a foreign country, away from everyone you love. If this story is touching your heart, show your support by hitting the like button. It helps us bring more stories like this to you. After Stanford, Rishi finally has choices. Big companies want to hire him. He gets offers from Goldman Sachs, from McKinsey, from other top firms. He chooses Goldman Sachs. This is one of the biggest investment banks in the world. He starts working in London. His job is to analyze companies, to help them make money, to advise on investments. The money is good, very good. In his first year, he earns more than his parents earned in 10 years. He buys them a new house. He pays off all their debts. He gives his mother a gift. He says, "Ma, you can close the pharmacy now. You have worked enough." His mother cries, but these are happy tears. She says, "We always knew you were special." Rishi works at Goldman Sachs for 3 years. He learns everything about finance, about money, about business. He becomes excellent at his job. Then he gets another opportunity. He joins a hedge fund company called the Children's Investment Fund. A hedge fund is a company that invests money for very rich people. This job pays even more, much more. By age 28, Rishi is a millionaire. He has more money than he ever imagined. He lives in a nice apartment in London. He wears expensive suits. He travels business class. But something feels wrong. Something feels empty. Every night he comes home tired. He sits alone in his big apartment. He asks himself, is this it? Is this what life is about? Making money? Living comfortably? He thinks about his grandmother's words. Rishi, successful people wake up early. They work before others wake up. But she never said they work to become rich. She said they work to make a difference. In 2009, Rishi makes a decision that shocks everyone. He quits his job. He leaves the world of finance. He walks away from millions of pounds. His colleagues think he's crazy. They say, "Why? You have everything, money, success, security. Why leave?" Rishi says, "Because I want to serve people, not just make money for rich investors. I want to help my country, like my parents helped me." What this teaches us? Real success is not about money, it is about purpose. Rishi had millions, but he was not fulfilled. He chose meaning over money. Ask yourself, are you chasing money or are you chasing meaning? Both are important, but meaning lasts longer. Try this. This week, do one thing that helps someone else, not for money, not for credit, just to serve. See how it feels. That feeling is purpose. But leaving finance was just the beginning. His real struggles were about to start. Section 4. Breakthrough and Major Success. In 2010, Rishi decides to enter politics. He wants to become a member of parliament. This means he wants to be elected to represent people in the British government. But there is one problem. No one knows who he is. He is not a celebrity. He is not from a political family. He is just a young man with a dream. He chooses to run in Richmond, Yorkshire. This is a conservative area in North England. The Conservative Party selects him as their candidate. Now begins the hard work, real hard work. Rishi knocks on doors every single day, in rain, in cold, in wind. He talks to people. He listens to their problems. He promises to help them. One day, an old lady opens her door. She looks at Rishi. She says, "I have never voted for someone who looks like you. I do not think I can." Rishi does not get angry. He smiles. He says, "Give me 5 minutes. Let me tell you my story, then you decide." He tells her about his parents, about the pharmacy, about their struggles, about his values, about his plans for the area. The old lady listens. After 5 minutes, she says, "You remind me of my own son. He also works very hard. Okay, I will vote for you." This happens not once, not twice, but hundreds of times. People judge him by his skin color, by his accent, by his background. But Rishi never gives up. He keeps talking, he keeps listening, he keeps working. On election day, May 6th, 2010, Rishi wins. He becomes a member of parliament at age 30, one of the youngest MPs in the country. His parents cry. His grandmother says, I always knew you were meant for big things." But winning the election is just step one. Now comes the real challenge, proving himself in parliament. For the first 5 years, nobody notices Rishi. He is just another young MP. He sits in the back, he asks questions, but no one really listens. No one really cares. Other MPs come from famous families, from rich backgrounds. They get attention easily. They get promoted quickly. Rishi does not. He works quietly. He waits for his chance. Then in 2015, something happens. Britain faces a big economic problem. The government needs smart people who understand finance, who understand money, who can solve complex problems. Suddenly, people remember Rishi. He worked at Goldman Sachs. He worked at a hedge fund company. He understands economics. The Prime Minister, David Cameron, notices him. He gives him a small job in the Treasury. The Treasury is the department that manages the country's money. Rishi works harder than everyone else. He arrives at the office at 6 a.m. He leaves at midnight. He reads every report. He attends every meeting. He prepares more than anyone else. His boss, the Chancellor George Osborne, is impressed. He says, "This young man is different. He actually cares. He actually works."
In 2016, Britain votes for Brexit. Brexit means Britain decides to leave the European Union. This creates chaos. Political chaos, economic chaos, social chaos. Many politicians resign. Many careers end. The government changes 3 times in 3 years. But Rishi stays steady. He stays focused. He does his job well. While others panic, he prepares. While others complain, he works. In 2019, Boris Johnson becomes Prime Minister. He needs a new team, a strong team. He looks for talent, real talent, not just connections. He chooses Rishi as Chief Secretary to the Treasury. This is a very senior position. Rishi is now responsible for billions of pounds, for the country's spending, for important decisions. But still, most people do not know his name. He is not famous. He is not on TV. He works behind the scenes. Then comes February 2020. The Chancellor, Sajid Javid, suddenly resigns. The Prime Minister needs a replacement, immediately. Boris Johnson calls Rishi. He says, "I want you to be the new Chancellor. Can you do it?" Rishi is shocked. Chancellor is the second most powerful position in government, after the Prime Minister. It controls all the money, all the economic decisions, everything. Rishi says, yes. On February 13, 2020, at age 39, Rishi Sunak becomes Chancellor of the Exchequer, the youngest Chancellor in over 100 years, the first British Asian to hold this position. His parents watch on TV. They cannot believe it. Their son, the boy from the pharmacy, now the Chancellor. But Rishi has no time to celebrate, because 1 month later, the world shuts down. COVID-19 pandemic arrives. Everything closes. Businesses shut. People lose jobs. The economy collapses. March 2020, Britain enters lockdown. Millions of people cannot work. They cannot pay rent. They cannot buy food. The country faces its worst economic crisis since World War II. Everyone expects Rishi to fail. He is too young, too inexperienced. This job is too big for him. But Rishi does something remarkable. He creates the furlough scheme. This scheme pays 80% of people's salaries even though they cannot work. The government pays, so people can stay home, so they can survive. This decision saves millions of jobs, millions of families. It costs billions of pounds, but it works. Suddenly, everyone knows Rishi's name. Everyone respects him. He appears on TV every day. He explains the plans, in simple words, in clear language. People trust him. By July 2020, Rishi becomes the most popular politician in Britain, more popular than the Prime Minister. Newspapers call him Dishy Rishi. People praise his work, his decisions, his leadership. What this teaches us? Opportunity comes to those who prepare. Rishi spent 10 years working quietly, learning, growing, preparing. When the big moment came, he was ready. You might feel like nobody notices your hard work. Keep working, keep preparing. Your moment will come. Try this. Pick one skill you want to master. Practice it every day for 30 minutes. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Prepare for it. Section 5. Legacy, Impact and Life Philosophy. But life is not a straight line. Success brings new challenges. In 2022, Boris Johnson faces scandals. His government faces criticism. Many ministers resign. Chaos returns to British politics. Rishi faces a choice. Should he stay loyal or should he resign? On July 5, 2022, Rishi resigns. He says he cannot support the Prime Minister anymore. His resignation triggers a chain reaction. More ministers resign. Within days, Boris Johnson announces he will step down. Now begins a a race to become the next Prime Minister. Multiple candidates compete. Rishi is one of them. The first round of voting happens. Rishi wins. He gets the most votes from MPs. He moves to the second round. But then something unexpected happens. Another candidate, Liz Truss, gains support. She makes big promises. She says she will cut taxes. She will boost the economy. She will make Britain great again. The final vote happens on September 5, 2022. Liz Truss wins. Rishi loses. This is his biggest political defeat. He came so close, but he lost. Some newspapers mock him. Some politicians celebrate his defeat. Rishi goes home that night. He sits with his wife Akshata. He says, maybe this is it. Maybe I am not meant to be Prime Minister. Akshata holds his hand. She says, remember what your mother told you. Show them who you really are, not with words, with your work. Rishi decides to continue, to stay in politics, to keep serving. But just 49 days later, everything changes. Liz Truss's economic plans fail, badly. The pound collapses, the markets crash. Britain faces economic disaster. Liz Truss resigns. After only 49 days, the shortest-serving Prime Minister in British history. Britain needs a new leader. Immediately. There is no time for another long election. The Conservative Party must choose quickly. Multiple candidates consider running, but one by one, they drop out. They know who should lead. They know who is ready. On October 24, 2022, Rishi Sunak becomes Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, without even a contest. Everyone agrees, he is the right person, the only person for this moment. At age 42, he becomes the youngest British Prime Minister in 200 years, the first British Asian Prime Minister, the first Hindu Prime Minister, the first Prime Minister whose parents were immigrants. History is made. His grandmother, Sraksha, is still alive. She is 93 years old. She watches on TV. Her grandson, the boy she woke up at 5 a.m. every morning, now leading the entire country. She says one thing, I always knew. I always told him, wake up early, work hard, your time will come. Now I want you to ask you, what lesson from their life will you apply today? Tell me in the comments below. As Prime Minister, Rishi faces huge challenges. The economy is struggling. Inflation is high. People are angry. Strikes happen everywhere. The country is divided. But Rishi brings his values to the job, the values his parents taught him. Hard work, discipline, service. He wakes up at 5 a.m. every day, like his grandmother taught him. He works 18 hours. He makes difficult decisions. He does not seek popularity. He seeks solutions. Some people criticize him. They say he is too rich to understand poor people. They say he does not care. They attack his wife's wealth. They attack his background. But Rishi responds with work, not words. He introduces policies to help working families. He controls inflation. He stabilizes the economy. Slowly, things improve. Here is something most people do not know. As Prime Minister, Rishi still visits his mother's old pharmacy in Southampton. Not for politics, not for cameras, just to remember, to stay grounded, to never forget where he came from. In a private interview, he once said, I could be the richest man in Britain. I could have the most powerful job. But if I forget the smell of that pharmacy, if I forget my mother's tired eyes after 16 hours days, if I forget why I am here, then I have lost everything. This is the real Rishi Sunak, not the politician, not the Prime Minister, the son, the grandson, the boy who never forgot his roots. What this teaches us? Success changes your circumstances, but it should not change your character. Rishi became Prime Minister, but he still wakes up at 5 a.m. every day. He still values hard work. He still remembers his roots. As you grow, as you succeed, do not forget where you started. Do not forget the people who helped you. Stay humble, stay grounded. His impact goes beyond politics, beyond economics. Rishi Sunak changed what is possible in Britain. He showed that a brown-skinned man can lead a country that once colonized his ancestors' homeland. He proved that immigrants' children can reach the very top. He broke barriers that stood for centuries. Now young British Asian children see him. They say, if he can do it, maybe I can too. That is his real legacy. Not laws, not policies. Hope, possibility, inspiration. His life philosophy can be summed up in 3 principles. 1. Start early. Wake up before others, prepare before others, work before others. 2. Turn pain into power. Use criticism as fuel. Use failure as feedback. Use struggle as strength. 3. Never forget where you came from. Success is not about reaching the top, it is about bringing others with you. It is about opening doors, not closing them behind you.
Remember at the start, I told you about a boy who walked into his mother's pharmacy. Now you know the complete story behind it. From Southampton to Stanford, from Goldman Sachs to government, from millionaire to minister, from chancellor to commander-in-chief. But his real journey was not geographical, it was internal. From the boy who was mocked for his name to the man who made history. From the student who felt alone at Winchester to the leader of the entire nation. From the son who saw his parents sacrifice everything to the prime minister who never forgot their lesson. His story teaches us something powerful. Your starting point does not determine your ending point. Your skin color does not limit your potential. Your parents' job does not define your destiny. What matters is, do you wake up early? Do you work hard? Do you stay humble? Do you remember why you started? Rishi Sunak's parents came to Britain with empty pockets but full hearts. They worked 16 hours a day in a pharmacy. Today, their son runs the entire country. That is not just a success story. That is a miracle built on sacrifice, on discipline, on values, on never giving up. So I ask you today, what is your pharmacy? What is your starting point? What is your struggle? Whatever it is, remember this, it does not define you, it prepares you. Every early morning, every rejection, every lonely night, every sacrifice, they are not punishments. They are preparations for your moment, for your breakthrough, for your chance to make history. Your story is waiting to be written. What will you do today? If this inspired you, share it with someone who needs to hear this story. Subscribe for more true stories that change lives and improve English. From a pharmacy in Southampton to the door of 10 Downing Street, this is what is possible when you never stop believing. Thank you for watching. Keep working, keep believing, keep rising. Your time will come.